Welcome everybody to another episode of Hunt Boys Adventures. Today we're going to be cooking backstraps out of a whitetail deer. We got a lot of people ask us a lot of times, and I'm pretty sure you do too if you're an outdoorsman, do a lot of hunting and fishing. You'll hear a lot of people say, I don't like wild game. It tastes too gamey. Well, a lot of that comes from how you take care of your game once you've harvested it. As far as I don't know, as far as soon as it's taken down, if it's rode around in the back of a truck, if you process your own meat or you take it to a processor and the processor tries to get it back to you in 2 or 3 days. We're fortunate, live in Beach Island, South Carolina, so right down the road we have a processor, and so as soon as we get a deer, we try to get it to him as quick as possible. And he hangs that deer for 3 or 4 days before he even touches it. And then whatever cut we decide to get, and that's what he does. So again, we're fortunate. Like I said, he's probably about 10 miles down the road, and he does a real good job with our meat. And so again, today I'll show you how I prepare my backstrap, and what we're going to do is some bacon wrapped backstrap. And what I'm just doing, I'm just taking the backstrap. Now again, there's the backstrap right off the top of the deer, and there's the inner tenderloins. So the two different things. We just got the backstrap today. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna show you what I got. Cut the backstrap up into probably like thumb-sized pieces, and then I'm gonna put it in a marinade, let it sit in the refrigerator for 24 hours, then come back tomorrow, and then take it and wrap it in bacon, put a toothpick through it, and then put it on a grill. Now I'm using a pellet grill, a Rectech bullseye grill. So we'll put it on probably at 300, let it cook for, 45 minutes, an hour, depending on how it's cooking, how fast it's cooking, and then we'll go from there. Couple of things, using a pellet grill, it almost cooks almost like a stove. If you're using a charcoal grill, a lot of times that bacon grease, it'll flame up and it'll burn, so you get that burnt, charred taste. A lot of people don't like. With these pellet grills, really don't get a whole lot of that. A little trick, some people want to get that real thick cut bacon. I like to get the thin cut bacon. It seems to cook quicker. With the same thing with that tenderloin, we're cutting it kind of thin, so it's cooking about the same rate as that bacon, so you're getting a good crispy outer bacon, and that tenderloin's cutting. Our toothpicks, we'll soak them overnight in water, so they absorb that water, so they don't burn. A lot of times you'll get that your toothpicks are burned, and they just char down as well. So this, with absorbing some of that water, it keeps that happening from well. So I'm going to switch the camera over, and we'll come over here, just show you the backstraps we got, show you how we cut them up, and then show you the little seasoning I use. Put some A1 steak sauce, some Worcestershire sauce, Johnny's seasoning salt, a couple of different little steak seasoning, salt and pepper. I think that's pretty much it. And here are those toothpicks. We have them soaking in water, just letting them, I'm going to let them sit overnight. You see how they're absorbing the water. Some of them are already starting to go ahead and sink down to the bottom. That water absorbs into that wood once they put them through that tenderloin or that backstrap. What it does, it helps, once you put them on the grill, it helps keep them from burning up as quick and giving that charred taste, burn up real quick. And then it's still going to burn up, but not as fast. It won't give you that charred taste on your meat. Here are the seasonings I use. I use Johnny seasoning salt, use some Montreal steak sauce, some Kingsford Cajun style sauce. It kind of gives it a little kick. Just regular salt and pepper, some Heinz Worcestershire sauce, and some A1 steak sauce. So this is all I'm going to be using. And then what I'll do, once I get the backstrap cut up, I'll put it in a Ziploc like freezer bag, and then I'll, like say, put it in my refrigerator and leave it overnight. One other thing I will do, I'll put probably about maybe a quarter to a half a cup of red wine in it. I mean, it absorbs it, that acid breakdown in the wine helps. It just gives it a real good flavor, taste in that meat. I always use it, so I will add like a quarter, half a cup of wine, and I'll put that up on the board as well. All right, here's our back strap. Got it cut into, it's actually a back strap and a half. Got it cut 3 different pieces, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut each of these into half, so we'll have 6 pieces when we're done, and then cut them up into, like I said, thumb-sized pieces. Use a sharp knife. You see all the silver lining has been cut off this. Again, we use our local processor down the road, Steve's Quality Processing. He does a great job, gets all that silver lining off, and so we don't really have to worry about that. If you're doing your own, get that off. I mean, is day and night tenderness to this back strap. You see, I came back over here, got my little quarter, half cup of wine, red wine. We'll add that into our bag. So here's all our ingredients. Just got to get my toothpicks and my Ziploc bag. All right, so you can see here, all I'm going to do, I've got this tenderloin. I'm just going to take and go ahead and cut it straight down the middle, cut it in half. There you go. Now, take these pieces, cut them about thumb-sized pieces. I guess it's just a personal preference. I mean, me, I'd rather just have the individual bites, and you just grab as many as you want. Some people would rather have the kebab, and you just get a whole kebab. So there you go. You got all your meat cut up. You got everything you need right there. All right, next step, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm just going to mix my marinade. Like I said, using some Worcestershire sauce. You can use whatever brand. I use about a quarter of a bottle. A1 steak sauce. Again, use about I don't know, maybe a quarter of a bottle. Cajun style. And again, seasoning, use whatever seasoning you like. I mean, this is going to give it a little kick right here. I mean, here, I'm going to use this Montreal steak seasoning. I haven't even used this yet. Pour this in. And again, don't be afraid to overuse it. And then this Johnny seasoning salt. And again, you can use any kind of seasoning salt. And some pepper. This is just a very little ground black pepper. And salt. And again, I'm not going to use a whole lot of salt because I already got some some of that seasoning salt in there. And then again, like I said, I got some red wine. Now, all I'm going to do is take these pieces, go ahead and put them in here. And like I said, I'm going to, once I get them in here, make sure this thing is still good. Shake it well. Come back, pop it. Try to get all the air out of it. There you go. And then what you do, you got your seasoning all in here in this bag. You got your back straps. Now I'm gonna let that sit for 24 hours. Come back tomorrow evening. Like I said, put it on the grill. Make sure you're joining us along with that. Put it on the grill, show you the finished product. And I mean, I'm telling you, you're gonna have an A-OK, grade A piece of meat. All right, welcome back everybody. So the backstrap, it's marinated overnight. So now all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull it out of the bag. I got my toothpicks. They've soaked in the water 24 hours overnight. And just gonna wrap them in the bacon. And then we're just gonna throw them on again on the RecTech. I got the RecTech preheating. It's gonna put it on between 250 and 300, and then cook it. And then, like I said, we're gonna cook it until that bacon becomes golden brown, and then we'll go from there. All right. So what I did, I just cut the bacon in half. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just use half a piece of bacon per piece of meat. So like I said, I got my meat, got my toothpicks here. Just coming around here, grab this meat. Gonna wrap it. Just stick it. Come back, do the same thing. And again, you can get probably 2 or 3 pieces on the toothpick, depending on, you know, we got these I guess these little fancy toothpicks right here. I mean, so we're getting 3 pieces, and there you have it. So what you have here, you just have the bacon wrapped right here. And then we just continue that. And just kind of get that bacon as tight as you can going around that meat. And there you go. I mean, that's what we do. That's how we do it. About to finish the rest of these up real quick, and then we'll go throw them on the grill. All right, so I got them all wrapped. Got them ready to put on the grill. So now it's a personal preference. If you want to, you know, put any kind of seasoning salt, garlic salt, any other kind of seasoning you may or may not care for, any kind of like steak seasoning, you can also do that now or while they're on the grill. I'm going to put them on just like this. I may put just a little bit hit them just with a little bit of steak sauce or steak seasoning. And then at the end, like I said, we're going to put some hot pepper jelly on once that bacon gets brown and crispy.
Alright, I'm just going to go hit it with a little bit of this Montreal seasoning, steak seasoning. And again, this is just personal preference. I mean, you can put any kind of seasoning you like. And then take and pull the cover. Keep an eye on it, and then we can come back and check on that. Okay, it looks like everything's cooking good. The bacon's starting to brown up. So we're going to sit here. I'm going to let it cook a little bit longer, then I'm going to flip them. But for right now, everything's cooking just the way we want it. Probably had it on there for about 5 minutes. So we're going to let it continue to cook. Running the grill right at about 250, in between 250 and 300. Okay, I just flipped them for the first time. Like I said, they've been cooking about 10 minutes. Great little crisp on that bottom. I'm gonna let them cook another 5 or 10 minutes on this side, then we'll pull them up. Well, first we'll put the sweet pepper jelly, or the hot pepper jelly. All right, I just flipped them. They've been cooking about 10 minutes. Let them cook about another 5 or 10 minutes. Then I'm going to put the hot pepper jelly on them. Then we'll bring them in, and we're going to eat some deliciousness. All right, so they're finished up. Now, all I'm going to do is got some sweet pepper jelly. I'm going to go ahead and glaze this on. What I want to do, I put it on after it's done cooking, just so it don't burn. What I've learned is even some people, you know, when they do barbecue chicken, stuff like that, they put that barbecue on too early, and it almost scorches and gives you a scorched taste. So kind of sort of put this on after it's all said and done, and then that way, I mean, you just get that little sweet taste, and you don't have a burnt taste on it. Just putting it on half of them, just for the fact my son don't really too much care for the taste of it. So there you have it. I'm just gonna close the lid on the grill for a little bit, just so it'll melt real good, and then take them off, and then we're going to enjoy those. Again, thank y'all for joining us. Like, subscribe, share, comment, suggestion on what we should do or how we can do it different or better. Also let us know. We appreciate y'all. Have a great day, and God bless.